Hey, you want to learn how to draw things off of Pinterest that you don't know how to do? I can help you. Yeah, I can if you watch this video. Just watch, seriously. Right, so let's start off with the character. Picking my character that I do for my logo. Don't have a name for him though. You can come up with the comments for him if you want. So yeah, we're starting here just sketching him out. He looks kind of sad in this, so let's give him some friends. Working in here. And we're gonna work in and add some different styles of the same character. That will help us focus on what style we want to go with in the future for characters that we're gonna work on. So yeah, working in here, I'm going for more of a anime-esque kind of style. I don't really know, it's kind of weird. But yeah, going in here, working the eyes, and obviously it kind of doesn't work very well in the beginning. So I'm going in and I'm refining everything together to make it work more coherently. So that's very important in the design process of making characters. So to do that, I erase everything. I started again. So basically I'm going to fix his face and make him a bit more visually appealing, which is what I'm doing here. And I'm going in and sketching out his eyebrows and eyes and putting a real focus on his pupils, which I have to say make him quite visually appealing. He is stunning now compared to what he was before. But yeah, going in here, just adding some different lines for the sketching. He's kind of got that creepypasta look, but he's oh my god, he makes me laugh. He's kind of funny. And then moving on to more stylized characters, I guess. Going in here, and yeah, just working from the base we have over in the corner, and working from the cute style to the anime to more of a mixture of both. But then we're kind of focusing on making things sketchy and loose, because at this stage we want to have our characters not refined, because this is a creative stage, it's not the refinement stage. And here we're moving on to more actual cartoon characters that are a bit more human and have more humanistic features that we can replicate in our sketches. As you can see here, I'm just working on a few character sketches here, with the eyes being kind of humanoid and a little skinny neck, and he's just a stylized dude. He's kind of bald, reflecting my character there. He has no hair. And then I'm also iterating effectively here and creatively by adding little pin eyes for this guy, which he's very cute. he's very cute. But yeah, I could make a character out of all of these dudes if I wanted to, especially the anime guy. It's quite funny. But yeah, going in here and making a more semi-realistic look like you'd see in a Disney-esque property. Going in here and making that work by adding a kind of happy expression as he's laughing at a joke of some description, which is what I'm trying to go for. So I'm just going to sketch out these areas, working loose, making sure my hand is just lifting off the canvas occasionally, so I can just keep the sketching of the brushstrokes nice and firm, so I don't make weird adjustments to my character in Critter, because Critter doesn't like that. He doesn't like little movements. But anyway, back to this. Yeah, work out the character. I added some teeth and some hair because I thought I brought the characters together. I also thought it looked like he was a happy guy, so I added the two shoulders looking like he was chuckling away. And yeah, it's kind of working quite well for the Disney-esque style, and he's got character doing, which is the very important part of this process. We want to make a character that's visually appealing. Anyway, moving on from that stage, we are going to focus on 3 types of characters styles here. Cartoon, stylized, and realistic. And by realistic, I mean kind of Disney-esque, but for the cartoon, we're focusing with our guy that we began working on earlier in the video. And we're going in to keep him simplistic with thick line work that is sketchy and not refined at all. Then we move on to doing some adjustments to the character, focusing on doing an actual well-known character to show how you can use simplistic shapes to make a well-known figure. And as you can see here, I'm just using spheres and some basic line work on top with a kind of relatively easy pose to create a well-known character that you probably recognize if you watch anything Disney at all. Yeah, so just working in here, just refining this character using basic shapes, some basic shading, and as you can see, the cartoon aspects are all similar. They all connect. You're working here and you're just working simplistically to make a character that's visually appealing. Because if you're working less lines and make your expression more dynamic with less sketching, you get a character that people actually want to look at and watch, which is fun. So I've got a little Mickey Mouse here that I've done here just relatively quickly, and as you can see, it has a visual appeal in its simplicity because people like that simplistic shape and form, and it has a high appeal because it's a cartoon. Anyway, speaking of appeal, moving on to the stylized aspect of the character here, we are moving on to going on to different aspects of examples of a male and a female head, which is something I quite like doing and it's quite fun. So we're just going to block out two different sides of this area of the chart here for male and female, and these are obviously examples. You can change it for your own work, but for me, I like to work with blocky shapes for my male face and more curved and refined shapes for the female one. So there's a big visual appeal there, and it's a drastic change. And as you can see here, I'm taking those examples into account by focusing on making the guy quite visually appealing with his blocky aspects. And then moving on to the female face, it's more rounded and less refined on the cheekbones because you want to create a visual discourse between what type of character you want to do. So we're going in here and I'm just working on the eyes, working on the cheeks, showing that curve in the character while adding the ears that are kind of got that squidgy effect to them. So you want to squidge it really because it's ears. You want to see it. It's tangible. It's something that people want to see, to have near them. So obviously I'm adding in the hair and also making that quite curved as well to complement the face. You want to try and make it curved and elegant, and obviously these examples are examples and they're subject to change, but these elements of design are very important for characters. This is kind of ironic because my icon is just a sketchy little figure, but moving on to the realistic stage, which is my personal favorite way to draw, which is a mixture of the Disney style and kind of realistic, making it more cartoon. It's just stylizing realistic characters, which is fun. Now, if you're looking for reference for characters of these at all, Pinterest is a lifesaver, honestly. Look up Pinterest and you'll find lots of references for stuff like this. As you can see, I'm refining more on the eye shape, so sort of making it fit more in the skull of the characters, which is very important. As you can see, you want to create that droplet shape but refine the features more. Just if you work more sketchy instead of just doing single lines, you can work on your characters before working into Linework, which helps define the look and facial features of the person you're working on. And here, as you can see, I'm adding more actual highlights to the eyes and adding more focus on the pupils in that area, adding a bit of shading because I think that looks nice personally, and it helps to bring the character together. Because these elements of drawing here, as you can see, is I'm just adding basic, I'm trying to work in as few lines as possible because I'm using a thick pencil and then going in with a thinner one and just making it, using the thickness and the pressure sensitivity of my stylus to really just make that smooth line, but while keeping it sketchy and loose because it's a free experience. You're trying to make it so that you're making a character and you're enjoying the experience. So here I'm going in, making it curved, using the hair to work with the character to highlight the direction of momentum and movement of the character, which is something you can do if you want. It's a small thing, but yeah. Moving on here, going in here and just refining it, adding in some basic hair strands, keeping it, don't want to go full detail here, so just making it smooth, stylized, a few little hints at what would be there, and also using the eraser tool to just go in here and remove sections and make it look kind of nice. And obviously for this you want to make sure, because you want to make sure that you're focusing on the curves, and as you can see I've got a lot of curves in this image because it's a female face. But the same thing still account for the male one. So we're walking in the shoes of someone who's designing a male character for maybe Disney or Pixar. So we're going in here and we're just working and making a cheeky expression for this character. I think the reference that I used for this was the guy from Rapunzel, so it's a similar expression, but never mind. Working onto this, he's a big dude. He's probably a soldier of some kind. He's got a devil may care attitude, so I wanted to kind of bring that across in the work that I'm doing for the sketch, even in this early process. Using the hair, obviously, is more blocky and more angular than the female one, because you want to kind of create a discourse between the different characters that you're doing in your scene, so it's good to have a personality to each of them. And as you can see, even in this simplistic stage, you can really make a character that you could refine into something that people would actually want to see, which is great. But yeah, we have covered everything, I think, in this video that you need to really start sketching and go somewhere with your work as a digital or traditional artist in character design. So if you like this video, please consider subscribing to the channel down below, as it helps us out to be seen by more people on YouTube, and I can do more videos like this real soon. But yeah, like the video, and I'll see you guys real soon. Thank you for watching. You're the best. Till next time.